Okay, oh god, everything's in a different place right now. Hello. Are we well today? Because I may or may not be feeling a little unwell today. Just because figuring out this stream setup was actual bogus hell. Oh my lord. You can't see this, but okay, so this is my phone. This is my phone camera, and then this is the webcam that I usually point at me. I was gonna do it reversed, then I was like, I don't know why the quality's kind of fuzzy on the phone camera. And I have this set up on a box, which is in the spot where Dora usually sleeps on the gaming laptop, which means that she's displaced and trying to walk around the desk. And the cheap little ring light I have to hold things is so light that I've had to kind of tape it to a jar of coins and a candle my old roommate left behind so that it doesn't tip over as it's filming this and this. I've additionally secured the webcam on a jar of block printing ink that I will be using not today but eventually. It's great. You know, it's everything I wanted it to be and more. It's fine. In any case, hello. Welcome. How are we doing? I got a Dr. Pebis, Jurassic something themed. Jurassic themed. And welcome to my first ever art stream. I usually play video games, but I've been wanting to do an art stream, and I've been wanting to work on my little Severance painting for quite a bit. I've only sat down and worked on it twice. See, now I'm feeling a little self-conscious having the reference up, because I'm like, yeah, obviously it's not exactly the same. But let it be known that I'm not looking for it to be exactly the same. Oh no, I might have to close Dora out of my office. She's very unhappy with the state of things. Oh. Shit. Baby's cat. She has an entire little window seat. I hope she decides to sit on the window seat. In any case, this is what it is. If you don't know Severance, it is a TV show about a company that does work that is so sensitive that it asks its Sorry, she's loafed directly behind the cameras. Sweetie. Okay. But the crux of it is that people who work at this company split their memory in two. One part of the brain is holding all of the memories that go with work, and the other part of the brain is holding all of the personal memories. So when the workers are at the work building, they only know things that they've done there. They know nothing of their personal lives. They don't remember anything. When the workers are out in the regular world and at home, all they know is their personal life. They have no idea what they even do for work. And this is a still from the opening of season 2 of Severance, and it's just, I kind of became obsessed with it. And what's even cooler about this particular portion of the intro is that this goat is animated. They do it's like they're filming the person, paint it, and then repaint it, and then repaint it as frames in the animation. It's very cool. Now, I'm going for something a little bit different, naturally, because this looks like it was done with oil paint, wet on wet, really energetic brush strokes, that kind of thing. I'm working in acrylic, which is something that I don't usually do. It's new to me. And I'm kind of going very carefully layer by layer, because also it's been a long time since I've done painting of any sort. And that's that. I guess I need to do the thing now, and I'm just scared. I'm scared and uncomfortable. I haven't been really using a palette. I've been using these little, you can see, I keep forgetting you can see, containers to store my paint because I know that I can't paint as consistently as I want to. But I think I need to think about what I want to do next. I think I want to color in the parts that I've decided are going to need a flat layer of pink, and then circle back around to the areas that are either in between colors or that I didn't like I didn't paint them as precisely as I wanted to. I keep finding that I do not like my brushes. They're very old and possibly need a little bit of help and a little bit of upkeep. And I can't remember which of these I actually liked. But my partner was saying, you know, maybe I can sacrifice one of the brushes and just freaking truncate it, cut a piece of it off, and it will paint more precisely. Because something I've been struggling with is the texture of the canvas. And you can see, like, where if there's not quite enough paint and you're trying to draw a straight line, sometimes you have scraggly pieces on your brush and it catches on the uneven texture of the canvas, things like that. That's not what I'm going for. This is kind of what I've been using as my palette and to just test swatch some of the paint colors I've mixed up. So, oh shit, oh, never mind, I have one right here. I was like, I didn't grab another container, how can I make my pink? Just kidding, I can. Because these are containers that came with a set of containers that I got that I was like, man, what the hell am I ever gonna use this guy for? He's so tiny. I eat more than this of almost everything. But let's do a little, we're gonna do a little mixy. I should probably start with red and add white. However, I've kind of been dying to try working with this quinacridone magenta I purchased just on a whim because I love her, she's beautiful. And I mean, looking at it, it's too blue, it's too blue. Okay, fine. Hold. Okay, let me see. Primary red, I think the cadmium hue is gonna do me well. And if you don't know paint terminology, so when a paint says cadmium on it, like if you have cadmium red, it does mean that that paint has cadmium in it and that it can be cancerous if you consume it, and it's also not great to put on your skin. So this is correct. A lot of art professors and teachers kind of don't really care. They're just like, be careful, it's fine, don't worry about it. Because cadmium provides the most vibrant colors, and using other colors made from other metals, other compounds, bug shells, etc., tend to be less vibrant. If you have a cadmium red hue, I can't remember exactly what the classification is, but either it has less cadmium or it's a mix specifically formulated to emulate that hue. It's been a while since I've taken the painting class, taken a painting class. But I remember hearing my professor say what to me sounded like, just use the fucking cadmium red, it looks better. And I was like, okay, I don't care if it's technically cancerous, which is, I think, crazy of me, but I had a classmate who was really concerned about it, and they wore gloves every time they painted, and they bought the hues. But the hues, cadmium red hue, cadmium yellow hue, tend not to have as strong a color. Like, the pigment isn't as powerful. Just the more you know. Yeah, this is a very delectable pink. It is not the right pink. It's too, dare I say, cool? It's too cool. The pink in the photo is more fleshy, if you want a comparison. Like, it's coming up as way more pink than it is on the camera. I think I must have my saturation turned up a little bit on the webcam. Because it does not look like candy. Maybe I should fix the saturation so you know what colors I'm using, but hey, whatever. I'm doing my thing. I know what colors I'm using. Where are my yellows? Okay, and here actually you can see a really big difference between, this is the cadmium yellow hue, and this is the primary yellow. And you can see a difference, right? The primary yellow next to the cadmium hue, it looks a little bit, it doesn't look washed out, but I don't know, to me it looks a little pallid, like it's a little sick. They're technically speaking just different shades, but if you add white to this, you don't get this. They're different, they have different compounds in them that make them the color that they are. Painting's really cool, guys. It's chemistry. I'm gonna go with the hue. The other red that I was holding up was primary red. And actually what's interesting, some artists choose to, oh God, these are really crusted shut. Some artists choose to work with cyan, magenta, and yellow instead of working with the color wheel that most of us are familiar with your, you know, your primaries and your secondaries, etc., etc. And I have yet to try that. It sounds interesting to me. But hey, I don't typically have a lot of time to paint, particularly not right now. Also, usually I like to mix my paints on a palette, but given my limited desk space and the fact that I can't just come back to the painting as frequently as I want to, I need to choose preservation over comfort. Rip to me, but it is what it is. I've also been mixing a little bit of water into my paints just because, oh, let me get this water. I don't want my layers to be completely opaque yet. I'm trying not to work to maximum brightness and maximum darkness yet. I may have reached it with this white, but we do what we must. I don't have an eyedropper. Just kidding. Just kidding. Here she is. This is the nice part about organizing, your office. You end up knowing where your little glass eyedropper lives. Damn, you know what? Let me tinker with the saturation on my webcam. You're really getting the wrong idea about this pink. I promise you it's not Barbie pink. Oh my god, girl. Oh, she looks radioactive. God damn. Hold on, bring it down. Bring it down. That is much better. Okay. I'm telling you. There we go. This is certainly better. You know, my understanding of how art streams work is completely corrupted by the lovely folks at Drawfee, who first of all do digital art, and secondly, they're a team and there's multiple people on there, and thirdly, they do it for the goofs. They do gaffs and goofs. Of course, they make, you know, in quotes, real art as well, but it's for the goofs, and I'm here doing something incredibly niche. It still looks much pinker than it is IRL on here, but yeah, I think I need a little bit more yellow and maybe a touch more white. We move, baby. Okay. I'm gonna get paint on my microphone. I can sense it. Okay, just a touch. Excuse me. There we go. Just a little cadmium snake. And then we got you. And another touch of you. Just a little bit. Like I said, I'm not trying to hit my highest points of saturation yet. I don't know how I don't know if I've achieved my goal. But in any case, what are the life updates these days? Miss Beans and Miss Sprout got brand spanking new collars. I wish I had photos to show you, but they've really been about it these days. They've been walking around and demanding affection, as they should, and playing and running and all sorts of things. But they look very good in their new collars. Sprout got a dark purple one, and Beans got a bright orange one. They're kind of Halloween themed. I forget what the print on Sprout's collar is, but Beans' collar has a little bat print on it. And I thought that was cute because I sometimes call her Baby Bat because she's got a kind of bat-like head. I don't know if that means anything to you for a cat to have a bat-like head, but she does. This feels a little dark to me. You can't see that. The camera's still deciding that things are more vibrant than they are. But I'm gonna play it to my eye. So don't be surprised if it looks like I'm putting bubblegum on my canvas. This is honestly almost a perfect match for what I see on my screen, but I feel like that can be deceiving. I'm gonna water you up a little bit more, which I feel is a little dangerous in the world of acrylics, but hey, what good art ever got done without a little bit of fabricated danger, huh? Never real danger, just fabricated. I'm kidding, because performance art sometimes fabricates real danger. I can't explain exactly what I mean. Ooh, pardon me. Have I been mixing directly in your ear? Call me a sommelier, but for paint. But please don't eat the paint. Also, I feel like I should take off my engagement ring. Like, perhaps it is a good idea not to get paint on this item I deeply cherish and love and value. It's beautiful. It's a moonstone, Luigi. Do you see how it reflects? It's a lovely ring. I love it. You'll put it right here. Yeah, that puts me more at ease. I've put on a shirt that I don't mind getting stuff on. It's got a big old nasty grilled cheese print on it. What I would love to do is preserve this in its current form and create another mix that has slightly more white in it. But I don't, I've kind of run out of container capacity, so I think I just have to be brave. Are you ready to be brave? Because I'm kind of not, but yeah, okay. I might be ready. Okay, I'm ready to be brave. I'm ready to be brave. Where's my friend, my bestie's paper towel? I didn't realize how spoiled I was in undergrad when I was doing my painting class, that I could just spread out and have a ton of space. And what is the other thing? Wash things in the industrial sized and graded sink? Dude, it's kind of amazing. I know this paintbrush is probably going to be too big, but I think it is my favorite of the paintbrushes I have. And keep in mind, I'm going to start a little bit timidly, as I typically do, until I get into my groove. And then I get too entirely in my groove, and things start to fall apart. I was about to say, like, I get too confident, and then I get shot out of the sky, freaking Tower of Babel style. Is it just me, or is this paint a little chunky? I mean, to be fair, this was meant to be just a silly little painting I do on the way to doing more serious painting. I'm using materials that one of my friends very graciously gave to me, because she did an acrylic painting class in undergrad, and then never really painted again, and then was moving and didn't want to have to bring all of the acrylics with her. And so she offered them to me. And they'd been sitting crusty and unused in her parents' place for a while. So some of these some of these paints might not be in the best condition. That's okay. We use what we have. And this canvas also, I think, is from a dollar store. Not that you can really go wrong with canvases, unless you're doing a really big painting and you need the construction of the canvas to be sound. But I guess it is best to know what materials went into the creation of your canvas. I did learn how to make a canvas in the class I was taking in undergrad, but I had even more anxiety than I do now because it was largely untreated. And so the power tools frightened me. They were so loud. I have sensory issues. Shit. But I have sensory issues, and they just wouldn't let me not do it. So I had to ask my cousin to help me quite a bit. And they very graciously did. It was very sweet of them. I feel bad because they ended up making most of the canvas just on their own while I cowered, but I think I've returned the favor at some point. Okay. We're getting to the point where my paintbrush is definitely too large. When I was working on this before, I was not streaming, and it's strange to be talking while doing this, because how I was doing it before is I was rewatching Severance, and I can't remember exactly where I left off, but it's a good show. I'm excited for season 3, and I do want to get through my rewatch before they do season 3, but I know I will because it takes them a long time to make a season of Severance. What kind of blows my mind is that Ben Stiller is the director? Is that the title I'm looking for? He's like the director, the producer of Severance. I'm like, that goofy guy? Really? Are you sure? Are you sure you've got the right guy? But in fact they do. He is the guy. I wonder if this one's too small or if this is the scraggly one I do not like. You seem pretty bad, not gonna lie. Fuck all that shit where people like an artist doesn't blame their tools. Okay, I guess he's not too bad. And this isn't to say you can't make amazing art with bad tools. You can, but I think it's just a matter of how much unnecessary effort you put into it. For some things. For other things, it doesn't really, the quality of your tool. Rather, the perceived quality of your tool doesn't really matter. Because quality is just another thing that we invented to, not necessarily invented, but that we enforce kind of arbitrarily. Okay, I didn't expect myself to be doing incredibly precise painting here. What am I doing here? Some of my underpainting guidelines are a little bit difficult to interpret. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. And there was another blue stripe that I apparently simply ignored. I guess I'll color this in pink and then deal with it if it's an issue. I took small liberties. Small but frequent liberties in my sketch of Monsieur Goat over here. The whole thing I'm going for is making art the way I used to make art as a kid, where you see something, you like it, you want to draw it, you do it. There's no barrier past the desire and the acquisition of materials. And I think that's admirable. That's something I want to embody. Here we go. All right, ear number 1, base layer, done. Oh no, wait, I was looking at the wrong ear. That is in fact correct. I don't know what my deal is. Getting confused. But yes, oh yes, I was doing updates, cat updates. That was cat update number 1, was the collars. Cat update number 2 is that Beans has decided she does in fact like treats now. So for as long as I've known Beans, which it's been over a year, I've known Beans for over a year, she has not liked treats. She doesn't care for them, she won't go for them. Sometimes, oh my god, she hates churros. I hold up a churro to her little nose, and she goes, ugh, what is that? That smells bad. Get it away from me. And so I've kind of accepted that Beans is not food motivated. She's not inherently interested in treats. Beans has a plan for Beans, and I gotta respect that. I can't remember if it was on Wednesday after I streamed. I filled up Sprout's little treat container because she was, restless. She wanted to play, and I had to do editing work, so I couldn't really play with her. And after Sprout played with it, I see Sprout walk away, and Sprout goes upstairs. But then I hear tapping again, and I'm like, Sprout must have come downstairs. And then I look at her and go, is that Beans? So I look over to the side, and Sprout is looking at Beans like, what are you doing? And I watched Beans tap the little toy treat, rather the little treat toy, until the treat came out, and then eat the treat. And I was amazed. I was gobsmacked. I have never in my life seen Beans eat a treat. And I immediately texted my partner who was at work, and they were like, are you kidding? Beans? And I sent them a video of Beans smacking the little treat box. It's wild. And then yesterday I went to fill up their little treat container, and I shook the treat, the master treat container, and Beans came running. She's changed her mind. She's changed her mind on treats. It's a sight to behold. Forsooth. I almost feel like I need to be reading you a book while I paint, but that would be very difficult, considering I personally require my eyes to paint. I do not have the skill to paint without looking, or to read without looking. That would be something else. I only got 2 eyes and 2 hands. Okay. Alright, we got a couple areas covered. It's looking too dark. Now that I've put it on the canvas and it's not a blob unto itself, it's looking a little dark. But that's okay, because we can highlight. I'm going to paint a couple areas that are a little larger than what I want the pink to be. I feel like that'll work out. I'm not sure why, but whoever said I had to explain my artistic process. Oh shit, there's cat hair embedded in this painting. You know what? It was bound to happen. Actually, where did Dora go? Alright, good. She's chilling on the bed. I was worried that she was never going to settle down because I stole her spot, and she is a very habit-driven cat. Alas, I was wrong. She is okay, and I'm glad. Oh wow, this is not a very flattering view of me you get when I bend over to paint, huh? I didn't consider that when I was setting things up, but you get what you get. Oop, I'm blocking my own light. I wonder I wonder how long it'll take me to complete the painting. Because past the initial layers, I don't really have a mental plan, and that's not helpful. It's not helpful. It disturbs me that I do not have a plan. As a whole, I am someone who likes to plan and know where I'm going. Not just know where I'm going, but also know how I'm getting there. Okay. Pardon me for a moment while we whoops-a-daisy upside-downsy. I'm using an empty pickle jar as a vessel for water, but I didn't do a good job of removing the label. Well, the label has been appropriately removed. However, the glue that was holding the label to the jar is still there, and it keeps sticking to me. All right. Boo, 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 boo. Okay. We're leaning in real close here. Somehow I feel like I've gotten better at painting between the last time I worked on this goat and this time, and that doesn't make sense to me because I haven't painted between then and now. I've just existed as Natalie. But sometimes progress is like that. I remember that used to happen sometimes when I played the piano. I would practice one afternoon and feel unsatisfied with my progress, and then I would come back the next day to practice more and be surprised because I'd somehow gotten better overnight. But I guess it must just be the spoils of practice implementing themselves, situating themselves in the mind. Something about painting has made me weirdly, I don't know, I feel like I'm meditating almost. I think it's because I don't usually talk. Usually I'm grumbling at my canvas about how it's not doing exactly what I think it should be doing, spontaneously and of its own free will. Because that's how you make the best painting, is the canvas does it for you. The paints take on not only sentience, but a step further, sapience. You can challenge me to define those words right now, and I will fail your challenge. I kind of just know, I know the vibe of the difference, not how to explain it. Okay, there we go. And then we got one pesky little corner left. This is a very pesky corner. Yeah, I didn't do the best job of the corner, but hey, it is what it is. All right, then we've got a patch over here, and we've got a patch over here. Goats play a strange role in Severance. I feel like they're meant to imply to us that there's something going on with cloning or human genome sequencing or something like that. But I also know that sheep would make more sense. But I think maybe a goat is a more rich symbol because it carries, there's variance in its meanings and its implications. I know that goats have been used as a symbol for the devil before, but I really don't think that's what they're doing here, because they reveal to us that Lumen has a, goat nursery. What is the word for a setup in which you are breeding and raising goats? They make goats, man. They've got a goat department down there. But what's interesting is that it's like a goat department on the severed floor. It's strange. Okay. What if I was the goat department? What then? Okay. This is gonna destroy my back. I'm gonna do a stretch moment. Okay. And also, if you can't see, right now I'm not inventing the areas. Like, I'm not mentally determining the areas I'm painting and then doing it. I had a little colored pencil sketch that I'm using as a reference for where I'm filling in the areas. I found that using colored pencil to draw on my canvas instead of using a regular graphite pencil when painting is better, because when you paint over it, you do not mix that terrible gray graphite, sludge into your paint, so it doesn't dirty up your paint or muddy your colors. Not that I think it would matter for me right now, because I'm in the beginning stages. Perhaps I would simply trap the paint in the paint. Trap the offending graphite in this bottom layer. Okay. I just need to do a quick check over here. Oop. Mouse, please work. Yikes. Oh, wait a minute. I think OBS, oh, there we go. Okay, I was like, is OBS playing games with me? Hello. Hello and welcome. Indeed, we are art. It was such a pain to put together this setup. But now that I know how to do it, it'll be easier. How are we doing today? Do we have art of our own? Or are we just vibing? Are we just chilling? Oh, okay. I was worried that the kind of jiggle of my table was... Oh no. It was. I was worried that the jiggle of my table was Dora. And I was like, oh no, it's probably a neighbor slamming a door. And I looked to the left. Here she is. Oh, sweetie, there's no space for you. I know that that's inherently the problem right now, but... Baby. Ooh, okay. I understand needing the brain to agree. Okay. Maybe Dora has learned. But yes. I gotta tell you, in hitting go live on this stream, I was almost as nervous as I was the first time I ever streamed, ever. It's scary, because I know I'm not, oh god, kitty. I don't know, I don't think I'm, sorry, there's some loud live music happening outside right now. Hey, bud. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, I know I'm not practiced in art at the moment, and I'm so worried that my art is just bad. You know the feeling? You're like, man, maybe I shouldn't be spending time on this. I also just, I need to mess around with my settings once again on my camera, because I want it to be able to see what I'm seeing. Hold, please. If we put the contrast down a little, perhaps. Nope. Dora, no. Ma'am. Oh, this kitty. I don't know if if there's a way for me to make you see what I'm seeing. Nope. Yeah. Okay. It is what it is. It is. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I am learning. I think also I did, what's the word? I did digital art for a while, and I've returned to just physical traditional art, and boy, not being able to hit that Control Z, that's bad, man. Control Z is bestie. Ugh. Okay. Oh, Dora. Perhaps it is happening. I was worried that she was just gonna circle and circle and circle throughout stream because her spot is taken. And this may be the case. Hi, baby! Because I had to set up the camera, the second camera, in the spot where she usually sleeps. Poor baby's cat. She doesn't know what to do with herself. Never mind that there's an entire bed in this room that she could lounge upon with her little kitty body. More than enough space for a young cat such as her. Baby's cat, there's no space for you. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's something, what word am I looking for? A little bit freeing about the fact that if you make a mistake in traditional, you kind of just, you gotta leave it and then see if you can paint over it or fix it. With digital, there's a bit of that, like, I don't know, I find that it leads me to be a bit more precious. Like, I'm a little too precious. I keep undoing and redoing the same line until it's exactly what I want it to be. And I think that can sap the energy out of art sometimes. If you aren't willing to make those mistakes, if you can't let it happen and then circle back around. It's almost like that push and pull is kind of what I don't know. Like I said, it energizes things. You can feel the human touch, as it were. Oh boy. Yeah, one of these paints is freaking lumpy as hell. I wonder if it's the red. Is this how I usually do it? This is hard. Okay. We're pinking it up. Okay. I also find myself simply learning just by doing. I love that. I feel like in digital art, the learning curve feels steeper because there are a lot of different ways to do things, which isn't to say that there aren't different ways to do things in traditional. There are. But with digital, I have found that I'm like, God, the series of buttons I need to remember and or press, or the settings, or like, oh, this overlay, that overlay, how to do a mask, and then it's not consistent across programs. So my skills don't feel transferable. Like I was trying to use what the hell is it called? The one on the iPad. Is it Procreate? I think it's Procreate. And some of the ways that Procreate works are the most counterintuitive things I have ever experienced in my life. I'm like, why is it like this? And there's truly no answers. That someone made this program and maybe it made sense to them. But it does not make sense to me. But I've been learning. Especially because I designed my wedding invitation in Procreate. Okay. I've got many of our pieces. Oh. Hey, where are you going, bud? Oh my god. I worry. I worry that I have invited a scion of destruction. Best viewers? I don't think so. I don't think so. There we go. Goodbye. Alright, we gotta stretch. Oh, careful. Wait, no. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I might have to, like, kick her out. You gotta start threatening with subscribe or ban first? Babe, that's definitely a bot, though. That one with the best viewers on Streamboo or whatever, that's not real people. That's definitely bots. Ooh, also, I spent some time doing a thing this morning. Guess what? We have a Discord now. That's right. Got a frickin' Discord. If the bot wants it bad enough, I'd respect it. That's funny. You're funny. But I already knew that. I knew you were funny. Okay. So, from this point forward, I need to be brave. And I struggle with being brave, but this also needs to be white. And these parts need to be white. This is a little strange little gray. And there are also a couple areas that are strange little grays. So I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to do strange little gray on all of the parts that I haven't painted yet, and then reassess from there. So strange little gray. Which of these? I think this was my blue. So I just made the server today, and boy, is there a lot to learn with Discord. Yeah, this is the correct one. She is a mistress. A mistress. What am I saying? I need another container. Do I have? Ooh, guess what? I'm a silly goof. I have one of these guys. We can use one of these guys. Hey, yo. Put this guy over here. And actually, let's pull a lid on this guy. Sweep. Lid that's got a bunch of cat hair on it, because Dora wishes to paint with us. I mean, if she actually wanted to paint, I wouldn't stop her. I feel like we'd end up with a couple very fearsome paintings from Dora. And people do that thing where they'll put a canvas in a Ziploc bag and then put paint in little globs on the canvas. Should probably clean this. Put paint in little globs on the canvas and then have their cats like step on it after sealing the Ziploc bag, of course. I guess that can count as cat painting. All right, let's see how we do here. How do we love this satisfying mixing ASMR, etc. Except that I put way too much of my dark blue color. Oh, well, maybe not. We'll see. Because I know in the picture it looks... No, it's blue tinted. I'm not crazy. I mean, there may be other reasons that I'm crazy, but that's not one of them. Okay. But we are still, I think, a little bit too much in the neighborhood of simply light blue. Yeah, it's a little less saturated, and I think it needs a little more white. The one thing I don't like about these little hubcaps is that I think they're kind of small. Can't see what I'm doing. They're a little bit small. It'd be cool if there was more than just one size that they made of this. Okay. There's someone outside playing some sort of wind instrument. I do not know her. As in, I do not know which instrument it is, and I don't know why this person is outside playing this instrument. Whoa! Okay. And then, again, this is a day of being brave. We need... Where is she? We need just the tiniest little sprinkle. And to be... Whoa! See how smart I was? I only needed a sprinkle, so I put the black in the different spot so that I wouldn't destroy the color I've been working on. These are the things you learn when you have a brain as big as mine. When you have galaxies in your brain, this is who you become. That's right. Okay, this is probably much more of this color that I'm gonna need. But it's always better to mix more paint than you use, because remixing the same color is, I don't know, for me, for Natalie, I have never, ever successfully mixed the same exact color twice. Ever, never, ever, ever, ever. It's rough. It's a little bit easier on a palette, and it's a little bit easier if you, I mean, I guess if you do weights, but that's so inconvenient when you're just trying to paint. Well, you're so right. The color variation is part of the fun. It's part of the art. And yeah, I wanted to make the Discord nice and organized so that we all know where our where our thoughts go. And I put little descriptions to hopefully be like, okay, this is what I mean. Okay, maybe this is a little too much. Okay, we just want a little. Oh, I'm worried it's okay. Wait. Okay, we're gonna put a suggestion of black, just ever so slightly. Because I have ruined a color I mixed before by being like, that's not a lot of black, is it? And then it was. Because there are also different types of black you can get. This one is Mara's black, but there's also lamp black, and there's also, God, why am I forgetting the name of it? There's another common black that's not lamp black or Mara's black. But who knew, right? You can also make a chromatic black, which is when you mix all of your colors. Essentially, you mix your blue, your red, and your yellow, I think, in essentially equal measures, and then you adjust. But that's if you're trying to use a black, a close enough black color as your shadow, but you don't want it to be too harsh. So the other thing I also like to do is mix in a little bit of my, like a baseline color with my black, so that it's still part of the color family I'm using, without, I don't know, without having to use like a crazy color that I've made. I just tone it a little bit. And I don't know if it works, but it's something I've done. How do I feel about this? Sorry, when I do this, is that I'm holding it up to my computer screen to look at my reference. I think he's still a little too blue. Still a little too blue. We're gonna do a little more. Oh God, what? Okay, Dora's losing her tiny little gourd. Oh no, it's visible. It's visible black. Oh, you know what? If it's a mouse, it's a mouse. The day will come. And that is Dora's purview. It is her realm. No. Okay. Sorry. That is truly just me being like, did I just hear a mouse, or was that just a sound effect, or etc., etc., etc.? Carry on the anxiety rabbit hole. Carry on my wayward thought. Oh, shit, hi. She's gone zoomies mode. Damn, I've never seen her be so zoomies. This might be because, okay, so I found out last night that I've been kind of underfeeding Dora recently, because the new food that I've been giving her is less caloric than the food that I used to give her, and boy do I feel bad. And so today's the first day that I've kind of increased how much food I'm giving her, and maybe she was just a little bit tired because she didn't have enough food. Aw, poor kitty. Okay, I think we need to desaturate a little bit more, but that has made this a little bit too pigmented. So I'm gonna have to add a little more white. This is why I like my containers. This guy's not organized enough. Damn, Dora, she running. I wonder if this will also make her more confident with the other cats. One can hope. Oof, I've reached the part in the painting process where the paint starts to look yummy, where I'm like, yeah, I could try it, but fuck, I keep missing. But as we know, that's very dangerous, and also it wouldn't taste good. Paint is made of metal and all sorts of other things you shouldn't eat, and also it's often made of cancerous metals. Yay! You know, your cadmiums and your quinaquidones and whatever's, your guys, your dangerous guys. So this is also why you shouldn't let paint sit on your skin. It's evil, and it will try to hurt you. The paint is not kind to you, and it is not part of you. The paintbrush can be an extension of you, but that's as far as we go. She's just fucking going over there. I wish you could see, but my setup is so fragile. I dare not disturb it. Pieces of masking tape are holding it all together. Forsooth, I am the fool. Might not also help that my lighting's a little weird. How are you not lighter than your peer? Oh no, you are, but it's just by a little bit. It's difficult to tell. Is this when I find out that maybe I actually am colorblind, as I'm trying to mix a bluish gray? I don't think I am. We've made jokes about it in my oh yeah, they're different colors. In my Vampire Survivors stream, because apparently the green and blue gems look more different to other people than they do to me. They look fairly similar to me. But my partner has also said that generally speaking, men are able to see essentially more shades of green and blue. Like, I guess people born male, and people born female typically are able to see more shades of like the red, orangish color spectrum. So it could just be a case of different people with, you know, different biologies and different eyes simply see differently. And I don't mind that. That's life, baby. Okay. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Every time I mix a new color. Oh my god. She's about it. But I'm happy to see Dora running around. I've been like very, very worried about her, just because of her little tummy patch, her little bald patch, and she seemed very sleepy. Maybe she just needed a little more food. Okay, we're gonna try this. Like I was saying earlier, if it doesn't look good, that's okay. We can just wait for it to dry and paint it again. And also with painting, there's a great deal of just trusting the process. Like, you just gotta trust the process. Like, yeah, you know, it might look weird, but honestly, I feel like for most of the painting process, you kind of just gotta trust it, because it's gonna look weird at the very least until you've put all the colors you intend to use on the canvas, because until then, they're kind of out of balance. Okay. I think I'm also nervous because once I paint over these parts, I will have covered up my entire underpainting and my entire undersketch, and that feels very dangerous. All right. I like to put just a little bit of the paint out here, and this one I also am realizing I didn't thin out with water. I have been thinning things out. with water. Just because I don't want them to be completely opaque. This is a very... She's an interesting color. I think it's doing what I want it to do. And particularly on the canvas with the green background, it looks less blue than it does in the palette. That's cool. It's cool, man. Color theory is kind of amazing. Like, let's go. Let's color theory. Babe, what's wrong? You've hardly touched your color theory. Okay. I do really like that meme. It's like, babe, what's wrong? You've hardly touched your blank. I don't know if we know what I'm talking about. But if we don't, now there's a Discord in which I can post a variation of the meme. And you can know what I'm talking about. I think I am going to add a little bit of water because it makes the... Shit. It makes the application process a little bit smoother. Because right now it's feeling really thick. Maybe. She's just doing her thing. I need to chill a little bit. Yeah, see, even just dipping my paintbrush in a little bit of water has helped me smooth things out a little. There we go. Wow, he got a silver forehead. Turn around, bud. Okay. Okay. I like the bossa nova vibes of this lo-fi girl. I picked the like summer lo-fi girl. Because I was looking up, I was like, what music can I put in the background on my stream that won't get me immediately DMCA'd? And apparently, the answer is Lo-Fi Girl, as long as you say that that's what's playing. As long as you're like, yep, this is not my music, this is Lo-Fi Girl. Because I think they have the, like, my partner was saying, the, it's easier to get a license for, not parody. Is it parody? What is it? Cover. For a cover than it is. It's easier and cheaper than it is to license an entire song. And a lot of lo-fi girl music are covers or remixes and stuff like that. Damn. This guy frickin' gray? Hello? Oh, no. Okay. Sometimes I make a mistake and my brain just goes, stick your finger on it, as though that'll fix it. I think I have the same instinct when I get a cut or something. I'm like, you know what if I just put my finger on it? What if I just dabbed on it with my finger? Like, I don't think that always helps. Honestly, I think that's usually not the answer. I think I need to move to my little guy now, though. Even though he is so small. Okay. Ugh. I should do something to help myself not have to bend so intensely. But it's just, I like to hunch a bit like a gargoyle. I need the painting to know who's boss. Like, this goat cannot have an independent thought of its own. Not at all. Boop. Dora, no. Baby's cat. There is no Dora space. I am sorry. Okay. Okay. I mean, Dora is nothing if not persistent. Probably because she does not understand. It's like, oh, buddy. She's so cute. She's loafed behind my camera setup. And she's like, maybe if I just wait, the stuff that's in the way will no longer be in the way. And to an extent, she's right, because eventually I'll move it out of the way, but not for a few hours. I don't know if I'll immediately move it out of the way, but if it bothers her that much, I guess I will. Okay. Trust the process. Trust the process. Even if the process is not what you expected. Trust the process. Trust the process. Even if it means your goat is gray. The put paper cut in mouth instinct is always wild to me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why is my instinct to like, oh shit, like I burned my finger, put it in your mouth, and you're like, what? Sorry, what? I wonder if there is any science to that, or if it's just a weird thing that people do. Okay, hold on, hold. Damn it. It's okay, Dad. I'm gonna leave him imperfect for now. I gotta appreciate the imperfections of the process or something like that. Ay. Damn. I guess I've learned that when you make a blue-based gray, it just looks really silver. Wow. Okay, goat. Go off, queen. Oh, I have to be the other way. Go this way. Okay. The nice thing about acrylics is that they dry fairly quickly. So, like, one of the tricky parts with oil is that, particularly if you've used anything like Gamsol to thin out your oil paint, because oil paint is very thick. So usually if you're trying to make something that's got a lot of really delicate blending or shades, you typically have to thin out your paint with like a Gamsol or a Turpenoid or something like that. But I've never really liked how Turpenoid works. I feel like it gets a little lumpy. But that might just be maybe I was using it wrong. I was a wee child. But the thing is, that makes the oil paints dry even more slowly, and they're already slow to begin with. And that's why you hear people saying like, yeah, I did the first layer of my oil painting, and now I need to start another one while I wait for that first layer to dry. And it depends on what you're doing. Some people will just work wet on wet, and just keep going. But most oil paintings will reach a stage when you need the layer to dry so that you can add fine details on top. Fine detailing is, I'm not going to say impossible to do on a wet oil painting, because it's not impossible, but it's very difficult to do on a wet oil painting. Because oil paints are some of the most blendy paints I have ever encountered. Like, they love to just mush together and become one. They become one. So this is it. Dora, you do not fit, sweetie. Baby's cat. Baby's cat. Ugh. I would hate to excommunicate her, to exile her. Nah. Pishi. Hey. Hey, buddy. Pardon me one moment. I will be right back. Whoop. Okay, Dora. Come here. Let's go. We're going. Yep, we're going. I'm sorry. You're gonna destroy everything I've worked so hard to build. I'm sorry. later, bud. I'm sorry. Okay. Ugh. Oh, fuck. God. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, my poor back. Alright. Alright. I've done the illegal, the terrible, the literal worst thing I could possibly do. I closed the office door, and Dora's not in here with me. And I feel really bad, but it's gonna be the difference between a stream that's okay and a stream in which, like, my phone falls into a pit of paint. It's okay. It's okay. I see her all day. I see her all day. Okay. Where is my paintbrush? You know, this one might be too small. You know, let me try Mr. Intermediate over here. Though he's gonna probably feel a little too big. Oh God, I'm singing a Gabriella song from High School Musical. That's unfortunate. And I mean it's unfortunate because I think her solo songs are always so sad, where she's like, I guess I don't belong, or wow, is Troy really like a cheater? He's not. He's just a dumb boy, by the way, if you're curious. He's an idiot boy, but what can you expect? He's a high school jock turned theater boy. A thock, if you will. A thock. And that's just me trying to portmanteau theater and jock. Thock. Alright. Oop, we've almost got area 1 complete. Fuck. Okay. Alright. I knew Thok would be well received. Yeah, because that's totally the emoji you use if it's well received. Alright. We got a little nose over here. Okay. I will say, even though I am struggling to trust the process on this one, painting is very satisfying. It's fun, and it's weird because it feels like I'm doing a paint by numbers, but I made it. I'm the one who makes the paint by numbers now. That's right, so this was my evil plan all along. To be the guy who be painting by numbers. I mean, I wonder if that'll make it feel better if I just tell myself, hey, oh, you just painted by numbers, bud. Just ignore the fact that you're the numbers guy, also. Like, I'm many guys wearing many hats. I think this paintbrush might actually be slightly worse than the other two, just in terms of how exactly it's bristles feather. Well, I guess also known as painting, but sometimes my brain needs a weird number of like perceived loopholes to be okay with doing something. It's like, no, we gotta pretend you're not doing the thing that you're doing. Otherwise, the doing is real, and it's wrong. And I'm like, well, that's nonsensical, but okay. There's just a lot of nonsense up there. Like the brainworms, I'm not about them. Oh, dang, please. Okay. I'm realizing I may not be about the brainworm. I may not be about them, but they sure is about me. They're all over my business. Ugh. Come on, man. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got a nice swoop. Swoop. There we go. Life is better when you swoop. Oh, delicious. Delicious. Indeed. Okay. Ah, swoop. Shit. I swooped too close to the sun. Okay, okay. We're gonna go back to the little guy. Alright. Okay. Oh, okay, it's fine. Actually, it's fine. Oh, God. Okay. No. Frickin' God. I'm gonna have to paint that again anyway, I think. Alright, nose. Nose. Nose is nose, baby. Nose celebrations. Let's go. Yay. Yo. Okay. Let's go back to we're gonna go back to medium man. It's medium man time. What, you thought we were on small guy? We're on medium man. Okay, this is too much water. Medium man, you flooded, sir. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. You feel a little too watery. Let's find out. Yeah, kind of, but it's not the end of the world. It's just a painting, baby. I keep saying this is the beauty of painting. You can just do it again. And I think it's because I'm partially just trying to convince myself. Just trying to feel better about what I'm doing here. And that's okay. Feeling better is good. God, I've increased one of my medications. If we've been following the Natalie medication saga, it's that I got off one because I wanted to try an increase of another, which, okay, sure. And now I have to just keep an eye on this increase and be like, okay, what's it doing to me? How are we doing? Which might be one of the more difficult questions to answer. How are we doing? Ooh. I don't know. Feeling a little confused about the state of the mind. Like, I can't tell if I'm actually more sensitive or if I'm imagining that. But hey, all in due time. We will figure it out. I do know that I've been a little bit more paranoid about Dora's health than I normally am. Like, I know I'm normally not great about it. Like, I'm normally pretty anxious, but this is one thing that I mentioned to my psych. I was like, hey, Amy, the fear of cat mortality has skyrocketed. She goes, okay, all right. Noted. We'll keep an eye on it. Okay. Oh, man. Every time I paint, I have, like, it feels like a revelation that I'm like, damn, I love to paint. Wow, I wonder why I don't do this more. And I wish I'd remember that for myself. I wish I'd remind myself more often that I do, in fact, love to paint. It's a nice medium. Particularly because it's not, as far as like physical art goes, traditional art, it's not that expensive to get into, even with decent materials, because you don't need to get a bunch of different colors. You can get a few and mix them into a very large range of different colors. And you can get canvas board instead of canvases to paint on, and they're much cheaper. Obviously, the cheapest form of art creation is, I mean, I'd assume, just paper pencil drawing. But if you're trying to do something that's a little more, I don't know, paint color oriented, painting's not too bad. The alcohol-based markers are really tempting, but they get expensive really quickly. Even the cheap ones, and the cheap ones, truthfully, typically aren't as good as your Copics and that kind of stuff. Like, I have some Blick brand alcohol-based markers, and they are so dry. So disappointingly dry. You can't really even use them for a full piece, and it's not worth it. That's which isn't to say that you should be like, okay, I want to do alcohol-based markers, time to shell out like $50 on Copics. I wouldn't suggest that either, but it's difficult out there. Honestly, I've been interested in trying gouache because people love gouache, and I need to do a little research to see exactly what kind of paint it is, because I think it's been described to me as somewhere between acrylic and watercolor, and I do not know what that means. I don't know what to make of that. That's a strange, like, I do not know if I'd say acrylic. I mean, obviously because they're paint, acrylic and watercolor live on a spectrum, but I do not know how they're related to each other in that way on the paint spectrum. Okay. Here we go. I can hear Dora complaining, protesting, and I feel bad, but I know this is for both of our own goods. Because if she gets paint on her little paws or her body, she's going to want to lick it off, and that will harm her. And I know that I can't just grab her. She does not allow herself to be grabbed. So we shall both live with this temporary inconvenience for the good of humanity. All right, so we've done a little pink, we've done a little gray, we've got a lovely little base layer so far. We've got our colors generally located. I need to take a second to just stretch my poor back. Stretch my back and contemplate what I want to do next. I think where we're going next is... The paint is uneven. I think I did an uneven mixing job. Let me look. Somewhat. It's strange. Okay. I think perhaps my next task... I want to do another layer on the blue because it's a little, I don't know what word, it's a little crusty. I don't have plastic wrap on me to put over my palette. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that. Do I have any little containers in my office? Don't think I do. Oh, while I'm taking a moment to rest, to schlump. I can tell you this. I was getting concerned that the little tank I set up for my super shrimp wasn't really growing any algae, even though it should have, and I unscrewed it to look into it, and it had a slight little film of algae along the top. So my partner and I were like, fuck it, let's do it. So we ordered 10 super shrimps, and we also ordered a streamer, a dollhouse-sized streamer desk setup so that we could put it in the tank with the super shrimp. And they get to be little shrimp streamers. We also got one of those like balls of algae that'll kind of grow on its own. It grows really slowly, so it's not going to overtake the tank, but it'll provide a little bit of greenery for them. Oh, and we were thinking about getting a couple snails too, but the place that we were getting the shrimp from, they were like, you have to buy minimum 10 snails or we're not going to sell you snails. And I was like, okay, hold on. I do not need 10 snails in this tank. I need maybe one or two snails max, because it's a pretty small tank. I don't think it would be fair to put 10 super shrimp and 10 snails in there. I don't think the snails would be comfortable. So we might have to look elsewhere to get our snails, but path to shrimp. And then I might have to mess around and add frickin' shrimp cam so y'all can see the shrimps. But I'm really excited because the super shrimp are a really nice red color. Usually, sometimes they mutate into different colors. It's not that frequent, and the mutation is like from red to yellow, so it is what it is. But that's on the horizon. I'm so excited. I also got through a great deal of editing yesterday, but I have to get through more today. We're almost there. We are cresting the horizon, as it were. All right. I think this is the guy. Let's see how you're doing, because oh, real, this paint's been in here for a while, and these Rubbermaids are freaking doing work, man. I think I'm just gonna grab a little bit of it, and then if I need more, I can use more, but I'm gonna try to preserve my paints. Okay. Ugh. I am surprised that I have yet to get paint somewhere stupid, and maybe I have and I just haven't noticed, but I'm usually not. I'm usually kind of a messy painter, but maybe that was maybe that was a thing of my youth, as though I've become old. Girl, calm, calmate. All right, go we go. But yeah, I wanna even out the patchiness of these sections. There we go. Ooh. Okay. Some parts of the painting, I guess, are just cold, which is very strange to feel under my wrist. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that already looks better. Okay. I feel like I use much less paint than I expect myself to. Ooh. Shit, I fucked up already. It's okay. Natalie, think of what you were saying at the beginning of stream. It's a painting. You fuck up, guess what? You paint more. you continue painting. We are practicing our positive self-talk. Messing up is part of the process. That's just how painting goes. Bob Ross wouldn't want me to be mad at myself. He'd just tell me something about happy accidents. You know, even if the accidents aren't happy. I think I'm going to do this as a preliminary coat because my paintbrush was wet, and so the paint that I'm using right now is a little translucent. And that's not going to solidify shit. Fuck! Okay. Breathe. Calm. It's all fine. We are doing okay. We're doing a paint. We got a little bossa nova lo-fi girl. We've got an organized Discord for the people. We've got a displeased cat just biding her time. We've got little mistakes here and there, but that doesn't define life or our worth. We've got cat fur embedded in the painting. And honestly, I think that's kind of fun. We've got much to celebrate. Okay. Got our medium guy. And let's really dry our medium guy. Okay. And I think all that's happened to my paint over time is that the water that I mixed in has somewhat evaporated. So I think because I started with paints that were not opaque, they had a little extra water, it might have helped preserve them a bit longer. Like maybe they're surviving a little longer than they would have if I had just been mixing straight paint with paint. Fuck. Okay. Ignore the swearing. It's going exactly like I planned it. Okay. Yep, it's all good. I'm starting to feel like I might need to mix new paint anyway. Starting to feel like I need to sand my painting. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but just some of the paint application isn't even, and so there are a couple bumpies here and there, and I don't want there to be these bumpies. I want it to be a smooth painting. But I don't think there's any way to come back from that without significant effort and difficulty. You didn't. You did. How could you? I had such a nice smooth nose. And then the Fire Nation attacked. Oh God, am I the Fire Nation? Oh yes, hello. It's art day. It's art stream. And yes, I keep trying to bring myself back into the yes, Bob Ross calm feelings, and then I do, I make a minor error and all that's in my head is F words and their cousins. Change is a process. I do know that I kind of, my instinct is to be mean to myself when I make a mistake. And this is what I am trying to reprogram. It's hard work, but it's honestly real worth it. Because life starts to feel easier when your biggest enemy is not you. You can focus on things that actually matter instead of constantly fighting yourself. Okay. I think I have much to learn about the art of painting. Okay. All right, goat. We're looking step by step. We are looking better. We are getting somewhere. All right, let's even out these eyes. These lovely, beautiful voids. Okay. I love a good void. Tasty, tasty. It's my favorite nutritious breakfast. Okay, there we go. Lovely. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's good. Yep. Oh, you're a void? What do you mean? God. Oh, thank you. I'm out here struggling. It's been such a long time since I've done paint work. Oh man. My paintbrush also is still carrying a little bit of the gray. I think I need to put one of those little scrubbies, those paintbrush cleaners at the bottom of the water jar, because they help get all the paint out of your brush. Okay. Hey, once we're done with our base layer, we get to start working with intermediary colors. Boy, is that gonna be fun. For shading. I say as I make silly little sound effects. Because not everything is where I want it to be. Not quite yet. Okay. And also, we have no black on this painting, which I think is nice. I feel like a lot of art has an over-reliance on black and its cousins to define form and create shadow. And it works. A lot of the time it works and it looks fine. But sometimes the black feels discordant or muddy. And I'm interested in using other colors where black might ordinarily be. Although the painting I'm referencing does not in fact use black. So, moot point, but... Okay. Okay, it's fine. Great work. Look at us go, bud. Look at us frickin' go. Okay. Was Natalie learns the importance of positive self-talk on your stream bingo? If it wasn't, you should put it. I feel like at some point every stream I start being like, no. I gotta be nice to myself. I gotta talk nice. And it doesn't last that long. Okay. We're close to transitioning onto our thinnest paintbrush. Our littlest guy, as it were. Here we go. This might be the point, actually. All right. take a stretch break with me because this is incredible. Ugh. All right. Also, did we notice my earrings are little happy clouds? They're just little guys. Wait, here. Oh, they're little guys. I was looking for my earrings that are shaped like little paint palettes, but I can't find them. I know that I have a little hidden box of earrings somewhere. Like, I have put them away, and in putting them away, I have lost them. Like, I know what container they're in. I just don't know where said container is. Okay. Microphone is casting shadows on the painting. All right, we need our littlest guy. That's not you. Yes, you. Oh, littlest guy. Join me, little man. You will be providing us with the fine details. Not necessarily details, but with the fine coverage we require. Like our little nose touch-up. She seems to have that invisible touch-up. She reaches in and slowly tears me apart. Ooh. Okay. Ugh, we want to extend this line downwards just a little bit. The paint's not quite opaque. I wonder if you're still a little bit wet. Just give it a little boop, 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 boop. Okay. No. Okay. Maybe it's just the paint itself, the color I mixed. Okay. Mix again. It's usually better to be pressing the paintbrush, but it's a little more consistent that way. Well. I wonder if I do need to mix another color. Yikes, I hate that. If so, I rage. I rage at the dying of the night. Oh, Dylan Thomas. He's in my head. Right, and I've got these little face bits. Okay. Okay. Everything's perfect. Everything is lovely and fine. I have not made any errors that make me feel mad. I don't feel anger. It's simply not in me. Serenity is now. Please join me in a moment of serenity. As I said, please join me in a moment of utter and complete serenity. Your endeavors are serene. Your soul is serene. Your mind is serene. what mistakes you think you've made are actually deviances on the path to somewhere. Someone maybe write that down. I'm kidding. I was trying to speak a little bit in the rhythm I was hearing. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. 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 Somewhere. We are somewhere. And that's better than being nowhere. Okay. Alright. Yes. Good, 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 good. We can come back. We will rise again. Not like the phoenix from the ashes, but like the goat from the meadow. It's how it shall go. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out if this level... Sorry. If this level of precision is necessary, or if I'm making more work for myself. Ooh, cat hair. Alright, goat. We're mostly cleaned up on this blue front. Mostly. Oh, well, hello! Hello and welcome! How are we doing today? Hopefully well. I am realizing that I need to find a better way to sit when I paint, because this is bad for my back and my neck. Okay. Oh, we're arriving somewhere. And that somewhere might yet be beautiful. It might yet be beautiful. I can see it. I can see in these blocks. They're the puzzle pieces. They're the puzzle pieces for the next level. When I'm scared. I'm sorry if you hear me say that a lot while I'm painting. I didn't realize that that's most of what's happening in my head when I'm doing a painting, is me being like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. Alright. And then we just have a couple areas down here. But these shapes, this shape in particular, is not well defined. And then I don't like the slope of this shape over here. I think that, so it's not correct. Which is to say, we all know I'm not copying this exactly. But there are a couple shapes and angles that I want to be mindful of. And there are things that I know aren't in the right places. And I know, and I just kind of went along with it anyway. I think generally speaking, this piece, there's an angle kind of like here. This is kind of the angle of things. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to have a little fun. And I think that this piece, the curve, I think it would work better as a straight cut. So I just need to ponder for a moment. Oh my god. Making decisions on stream is my final boss. I think one thing, okay, this is gonna be, prepare for me to be controversial. No, I don't want to do it. I was like, maybe I'll draw on my base layers, and I'm like, don't do that, Natalie, that's silly. Don't draw on your base layers, buddy. But maybe I should. Let's see. I think, okay, you know what? Okay, you know what? Do you know what? I'm a freestyle. We're gonna freestyle, baby. We're doing it. Oh, I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it. Do it anyway. Do it anyway, baby. Yeah. Okay. Here's the vibe. As Pascal in Animal Crossing says, stick this in your skillet and let it simmer. We are making yet another variation of our beautiful blue, silver, gray. Because here's what I'm thinking. I am not going for that wet on wet, quick brush stroke energy. So I am going to focus a little bit more on the geometry of the shadow work. I think this is what I'm thinking. I don't know if I've expressed that exactly, you know, accurately, but that's the idea. A little bit of shadow work geometry. Because what I'm enjoying in my painting right now is some of the shapes I've created. And so I think I want to continue breaking those shapes down into smaller shapes that, I don't know, shapes made of shapes, essentially. I think that could be nice. And also, obviously, this top, that's not entirely the value I'm searching for. So, okay, we've got, I think we've got a shade that's differentiated enough. I'm going to take just a little bit more, just to get us there. We want an intermediary, because right now this goat skull is pretty frickin' flat, baby. And then just because this is a little bit on the thick side, we are going to ever so slightly thin it out with a touch of water. Not a lot though, because I want the paint to still be opaque. I just need it to be a little bit less like a paste. Ooh. Speaking of paste, but I gotta be careful when I do this, because I think I didn't mix the paint well enough after I added water when I made my original blue color, and that led to the kind of clumpy streakiness that I was saying earlier I didn't like in my layers that I had to retouch. Oh, I hear Miss Dora yelling. I've had to kick her out because this is not an approved cat environment. And she's a very curious lady. All right, there we go. We've got our delicious gray white mixture over here. Yeah, she seems pretty smooth. God, paint always looks so delicious. Help, I'm unwell. Okay, all right, and so what I'm gonna do here is there's a diagonal running here. Oop. That I'm thinking about. That it runs kind of parallel to the pink diagonal. So we're thinking about that. We're gonna use the flat boy. Believe it or not, we're using flat boy. Yeah, originally she was roaming around and I thought maybe she'd settle down somewhere, but she didn't. And then she almost walked all over the painting and I was like, this is not good. Because the problem is that I've had to set up this camera where Dora usually sleeps on the gaming PC. And so she's kind of like, but that's my spot. And she tries to keep getting into the spot, even though the spot's taken up by other stuff. I've displaced the poor girl. She didn't know what to do. Not anymore anyway. And just by the sounds of it, I think she's refusing to settle down. She hates to be told what to do and where to go. As most of us do. Okay. Alright. Okay. See, now that I said I'm doing big brush, I'm scared. We'll do it anyway. We kind of want to I'm gonna cut it here. Do right here. God, I'm always surprised how far paint goes. Because I mixed a significant amount of it now that I look at this. And see, now that I'm seeing it on the canvas, I'm feeling like it's almost too light. But anything is truly possible. Okay. Ah, fuck. Okay, I saved it. Okay. This has been nothing if not a humbling experience. Art streamers are brave. I am enjoying it though. I could see myself doing it again. Perhaps this is how I end up finishing goat painting. Is that I stream goat painting process. Because I haven't really had time to paint. Much as I've wanted to. I leave the goat painting like out and in the way so that I have to walk by it and see it. Cause oh shit. That's one way to get yourself to do a thing is if you're seeing it all the time and it's just in your face. There's no way to forget it if it's just there, present, in your way. Little. No, that was a lot little. That's not this. I take it back. I take it back. Don't lot little me. Oh god, I take it back. Okay. Yee. All right. Okay. Pardon my silence. Is this a bossa nova version of frickin' Macho Man that's playing right now? Hello? Oh my god! Dragon! Hello. Sippy? Also, guess what? Guess what? Yeah, that's right. Oh, fuck! Fucking god! Yeah, it's because I'm painting it upside down. Fucking bitch ass! Gah. Oh, god, man. Dang old fucking... Don't do this. Do not emulate my behavior right now. No. It's not. I was just... I'm painting a difficult corner over here. Also, this is definitely a bossa nova Macho Man right now, and that's funny. The only Macho Man I really know is... There's an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in which there's a spell put on her by a witch that I don't know what's going on, that like she's expending all her energy at once. I don't know. It's a little bit unclear what's going on. And she's singing Macho Man as she's coming down the stairs of her house, and it's weird because it sounds like she's never heard the song before and just knows the words. Okay. We've got this guy. We're trying. I'm trying to continue with my shapes. Ah, fuck. There we go. Oh my god. It is a very dadly song, isn't it? Okay, this piece actually, it's got like a secondary ridge almost. I know my goat isn't perfectly to proportion of the reference. I need to live with that. I need to live with the fact that I'm painting a different goat than the goat I'm looking at. At this point, these goats are not the same goat. He's not the same goat. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm struggling to love him right now. Because he refuses to love me. In fact, I think this goat might deeply hate me. Okay. So I'm gonna do also a piece this way. Here and this way. I'm struggling. He's my my goat is my goat? What? Oh, let's you y'all fill me with life and fire. Thank you. Okay, there we go. There we frickin' goat. Yoop. Okay. And actually, something about use angle. Fucking God. Okay, calm. Peace. God dang. God dang. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yes, I made the Discord channel today. It is new. It is brand new. I watched several YouTube videos to help me put it together. I'll have to work on the crispness of this shape because it has turned into something that it's not. It's turning into something that I don't want it to be. Oh yeah, the reference goat. So the reference goat goes through several stages of goatness because it's like an animated painting goat. I will, in the Discord, I can, under, I think I called it, what the hell is Natalie talking about? I can post the season 2 opening of Severance that has this goat in it, so you can see what I mean. It's like a weird animation thing, and it's really cool, because they filmed it, like the person who painted the goat, they did several iterations of the goat. Yeah, it's from Severance. Yeah. Where else, dragon? What else would I be doing? That's a jokingly like, how could you not know? Because how could you know? Forsooth, how could you know? Okay. Okay. Trust the process is correct. Like, the more I trust the process, the more I'm gonna enjoy, the more it's gonna go well. Alright. Let's do a little more Dr. Beavis. Which is just Dr. Pepper. Okay. Oh, God. My apologies for the chair squeaks. I have been scheming on how to get rid of this terrible office chair for so long, and then I realized that furniture is in fact really expensive to purchase. Holy moly! And I'm like, guess I'll continue to hurt my back or whatever. It's fine. Okay. I think we want... Yeah, exactly. Especially not one that's actually going to be worth buying. Excuse me. Yeah, okay, so this spot, actually, the one I'm thinking of is closer to his face. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this, in the original, was, like, closer to his face, but it's fine. Because I need a face determiner, so I think I need a little right here. I think I need to give him a right corner. Okay, okay. No, this is the medium guy. I need someone better than the medium guy. I need the littler guy, please. Give me the littler guy. Okay. We're gonna go littler guy, and we need to add a little corner to this goat's jaw. Goat jaw. Right, that's wet. God dang it. And somehow I found myself thinking that this paintbrush isn't small enough. Okay. I feel like the paintbrush was still somehow wet, and it has caused my paint to do strange things that I don't approve of. Like, what is that? Huh? What is that? I'm gonna end this goat's entire existence. Hold on, I'm gonna do something dumb and risky. Just stop. Okay. Try again, man. Just freaking try again. Some old lady killed a goat to feed the main character. Was it a horror book? Like, what are we talking here? Your mom thought you were reading Brokeback Mountain? What? What book was this? Man and woman versus nature. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, Dora is meowing at the door. Baby's cat. She doesn't understand why I must exile her. She thinks I am a cruel mother. This is unfortunately a bad time to give her a treat. Because I've had to exile her because she kept walking around, and honestly sniffing paint, and I was like, girl, you cannot be sniffing paint. But hey, on a regular stream where she's just hanging out, Mr. Mouse! We need Mr. Mouse! Boom! We got frickin' Mr. Mouse, baby. Here he is. Here he is, baby. He's here. He's joining us. He is Comfort Mouse. I love him. He lives on my desk with me. Maybe he'll help me paint better. Dora. She is so persistent, and it's because she can hear me in here. What's really funny is that now when she starts yelling, Beans and Sprout become activated and come check out. Like, they're like, what are you doing? Why are you yelling? They come to the gate. It's like a new tradition. I think they finally realized that it is a cat that's yelling and not some sort of eldritch creature. Okay, there we go. All right, Mr. Mouse. I'm not gonna get paint on you, so you're gonna sit back. He's made a beautiful appearance. Okay. Damn. She's not even in the room, and I keep embedding her fur into this painting. It's incredible. Like, her powers are unmatched. Mimiosu. And I could tell that she's quite literally sitting right behind the door and just meowing. I need to get her to befriend my partner so that she'll chill out a little bit. Maybe we gotta do some partner and Dora treat time so she associates them with treats. We're having to do a lot of Dora treat time. Oh, you can hear her little meows. Oh, baby. They can hear you, Miss Baby's cat. It's the benefits of me having my gain up to an ungodly level. We're making shapes, baby. It's all just shapes and colors. Okay. She is becoming much braver with the other cats, and that's very promising. All right. I mean, that's, you know what? That's something. That's something, and I think I like it. Okay. Yeah, this is the part where I start to vibe on this painting. Vibe on these guys. All right. I think we're gonna do. And then do another cut in on the nose. I'm gonna do kind of right here. It's funny that she will ask only me for things. Like, she doesn't realize that my partner can also provide her with things. Like, Beans and Sprout have started to realize that I'm the one who's doing, like, the cat care. 'Cause my partner has, you know, a full-time job. And they tend to do the cooking, so we've kind of split some of the chores. And I do a lot of the cat care stuff, so I do litter boxes, and I refill their little water fountains, and I feed them, and then we both, like, hang out with them and play with them and all that stuff. So Sprout has very quickly realized that bothering my partner for breakfast doesn't do shit, because that's not their job. So she comes to me in the morning to, like, stand next to my face and go, and then if I don't, so if we're still in bed, she'll just, like, be like, okay, it's not working, and she'll lay down and wait. If I'm in the bathroom getting ready, because obviously I get ready, I do my, like, I brush my teeth, I wash my face and that kind of stuff before I go feed the cats. If I am, like, using the bathroom, if I'm, like, peeing even, she will come to me and bite my ankle. I don't know if you all have experienced the terrible fear of having a cat trying to bite your ankle while you are peeing, but it's bad. It's fucking scary, okay? It's like the frickin' scene in Jaws where they're in the boat and the sharks, you know, the bomb, 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 and you just see the fin, except it's like a cat tail. Dude. It's crazy. Sprout's a powerhouse, and she knows she's in charge, and, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. Except I've noticed that now that I'm kind of, I think I'm trying to put the cat care stuff on a consistent routine so everything happens at the same time more often and maybe on the same days of the week. I'm trying to get there with the litter box, because that's the most difficult cat chore, is the litter box, because there's 3 of them. And Sprout's a terrible little litter box demon. Oh my lord. And now that things are more consistent, Sprout has like calmed down a little bit. I think she is a cat who is very particular. She values consistency. She tries to herd me and my partner to like the correct room oftentimes. Like, she'll want us to be in the same room together doing stuff, and she can get agitated if for some reason we're breaking protocol. Like, whatever Sprout has decided is our protocol. She's like, you're breaking protocol, this is wrong, please correct it. Truly the spokescat for routine. All right, we got a little. Oh, we got a little nose. Okay. The more I work on this guy, the more I'm getting with it. I'm like, okay, girl, serve, queen, do your thing. Okay, girl. I think. I want, okay, I have my next goal, my next guy. We want to do, I think, like, yeah. I think I'm trying to draw out a little path for myself before I just go in with it. Aye. This guy. This frickin' guy. Stop. Okay. Alright, I think there are creature sounds in this little bossa nova remix. I think honestly we might need a medium guy for this swoop. So we'll bring him into the party. Okay. Ugh. I can't believe I've done so much editing work, and yet I must do more. There's always more to be done. But hey, I am 24 pages away from finishing my first pass. Let's go, fellas. We're 24 pages away, and with every pass that I do, it gets easier because I've taken care of more and more stuff than on the previous pass. So that is a freaking win. And honestly, this book, my client has made so many improvements since the draft he sent me, the first draft he sent me. I'm impressed. Like, usually there aren't that many changes from one draft to the next. Because, you know, if any of you write, when someone gives you feedback, sometimes it's difficult to accept the feedback. Like, even if you end up realizing they might be right, even then it can be difficult to implement the feedback. Like, it's, at least for me personally, it's hard not to feel protective over your own work. it's hard not to feel like, man, I've been working for these with these characters. What does this editor know? Even though, you know, I've been working for years with this client. But I've been very happy with how he's growing as a writer. Which maybe, I don't know if that's a weird thing for me to say, but it's cool to see. Yeah, exactly. Like, feedback can be really painful, especially if the feedback's on something like you really care about or something you're working really hard on. Like, it's important to receive feedback, because if you don't, how can you expect yourself to improve? But it's hard. And then also, it's hard to know when you're reacting negatively to a piece of feedback because it's wrong. Because feedback can be wrong. The people who look at your work, sometimes they're not the right people. But it's really hard to distinguish between when a piece of feedback is just straight up wrong and you should ignore it, and when you're kind of reacting strongly to a piece of feedback because it's just hard to swallow. And if I'm ever feeling that way when I receive a piece of feedback on like a poem or something in a workshop, I'll kind of write something down and let it sit for a bit. People are usually right about where your weak spots are and almost always wrong about how to correct them. I think there's some truth to that. There's definitely truth to, like, people are really good at, like, seeing where your weak spots are. I don't know if I'd say they're almost always wrong about how to fix them. But yeah, exactly. Like, there's definitely something to that. Like, I see it, I feel it. Because oftentimes you are the worst at looking, like, you should not. Your self-assessment is important, but it's giving your mom seeing a half-finished painting and saying it looks unfinished. Oh, that's funny. What the fuck? You really got. Oh, the phrase that comes to word is sacanagem. Oh my god. Dude, if anyone gets mad at teens for not reacting, you know, gracefully, that's wild, because that's what teens are here for. They're here to react really big at everything. Like, that's just what it's like being a teenager. It kind of sucks. God, even at 19, which you don't really, like, when you're thinking about, oh yeah, these young teens, you're thinking about, you know, maybe a 16, 17-year-old, you're like, yeah, teen, I'm 15. But, dude, even at 19, I was, I don't know, reacting violently to things that truly were so normal. Okay. Okay. Much like beans, I was eating plastic. Just kidding. Unless. Okay. Alright. Wow. I can't believe I am simply vibing. They say, the legends say, someday you will vibe. Okay. Yeah, okay, we are getting somewhere with this goat. I think my next step might be to mix a variation on this pink, because it's very dark. Like, it's very dark. So we want a variation of the pink. My only issue is that I've got a grayed up palette, and I don't want to waste it. So give me a moment while I go procure a piece of plastic wrap, just at least to temporarily forestall the death of this paint. So I will be right back. god, there's paint on my leg? Bruh. Oh, fuck. God. Shit. Please ignore. Okay. I'm fine. Okay. Hello? Hello? No, you may not come in. Oh, sorry. Baby cat. Chill. Stay away, kitty. Okay. Live, survive. Okay. Oh, okay. Whew. Alright. Hello. My apologies for the many yells. Oh god, I fucked up my everything, huh? I fucked up my entire business over here. Hold. Alright, I think that's better. I think the light is also brighter. Hold on. A little brighter. There we go. Okay. I tripped on some stuff and unplugged some stuff by mistake. Thank you for your concern. I am in fact okay. Realized I got some paint on my leg. Secret leg paint. Luckily it was just this ring light that's right here. But boy oh boy, it could have been bad. I'm also realizing that the camera is distorting how the goat is a little bit. Like if I put it too close to the edge, it curves. But I think he is better proportioned than I thought. Yes, you heard. Yeah, secret leg paint. Do you want to know what color my secret leg paint is? Because I'm not going to show you. Can you guess? Like, which of these colors I used do you think I got on my leg? Eye leg? Any of y'all got leg eyes? What color do we think I got? Okay. It's ballistic ray. Oh, please, sir. Ugh. Okay. Oh, you're wrong. It's dark ass fucking blue. And I don't even know what happened. It's a big old streak. This is why Dora can't be in here. I don't even know how I'm getting paint on different things. Oh god, plastic wrap is my enemy. Okay. This is the hack. Is you trying to preserve your paint for a little longer, you're gonna plastic wrap. Yeah, but you plastic wrap that shit. It won't keep it forever, but the other thing you can do is you can, if you're not too worried about the consistency of your paint, you can spritz a little bit of water before you put the plastic wrap, and it might keep a little longer. But this is truly so temporary. All right, we're gonna mix a pink variation. I should have gotten another container while I was out there. Truthfully, I'm not gonna subject myself to that obstacle course again. because this office is terrible. Oh yes, I fooled you. It is in fact a dark blue, and not black. Because I don't want to deal, number one, I don't want to deal with mixing a chromatic black. That sucks. That's too much work for me. Number two, the reference painting, it is blue, and I decided I wanted to go darker than the reference, so then I can pull back with, you know, different, with a lighter, that's right. I'm super cool. But I've also kept this base blue, which it looks a lot lighter in the container because it's on a clear background as opposed to like a painted background. And it looked bluer before I did a second layer. But we're gonna move into the land of pink right now. Not Pink the singer. Save us, God save us. Because I think I want to do a couple darker shapes within here, like over here, where like this is like where the ear is overhanging, right? And this is the darkest spot, but we need transition shade, or at least transition shapes between this darkest spot and this, and then we also probably want another shade of lighter blue, and we want a couple lighter pinks, maybe to do a couple strokes over here. We probably want a lighter pink to cut in on this spot on the nose. We probably want a lighter pink on this like weird jaw section. And here we probably want to do a darker cut in. I don't know why I keep saying cut in. It's just how I'm imagining like what's happening as I'm painting. And then also these white areas aren't as bright as they can be. They are I don't know if I mixed a little bit of green into the white or if it's just a diluted white. I have my other like containers of like this green also that I've been preserving, which is still alive. It's been in there for a while, but I've got this green. Anyway. Also, when I was out there, my partner told me that they got me a pastel from the Brazilian plate. Like, I guess they got Brazilian food for lunch. Oh, and guess what? Oh, you might be thinking, oh no, Catling, your palette is full. What are you gonna do to mix another pink? Guess you bought a 3-pack of palettes. So if I wanted to be extra fancy, I got this guy. He's chipped, but who cares? I got this guy. Yeah, they got me. It's probably a little cheese pastel. And cheese pastel, which I know you can't do dairy, but you know, you can probably get a meat one. It goes really nicely with, fuck, what's it called? The vinaigrette. They call it vinaigrette, but it's like tomatoes and, or peppers and stuff chopped up. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm not explaining it well at all, but it's kind of like miniaturized chopped up salad with lots of vinegar. It's tasty as hell. What was it? Pink. God. Did you know that art's cool? Like, did we know this? Did we know that art is cool and fun and so lovely to make? Actually, maybe I'll go right in here in the center so I can get a little palette knife action. And obviously we don't need that much. We just need a little bit. And for these I'm gonna say intercalary shades, I don't feel the need to be completely consistent as long as each pass I do with intermediary shade is consistent. So I think I'm gonna go a little bit darker, and I'm gonna start with the darker and then come back to the light. And I can decide if I want it to feel darker because I've added a little bit of red, and so it's darker and more saturated, or if I want it to be darker because I've added a little bit of blue, and so the value also is darker and it's actually less saturated. I think I'm gonna go with darker and more saturated, because then it'll give the impression of, I forget what the word is. Is it subsurface scattering? Is that what I'm thinking of? Somebody will know what I'm talking about. So we'll do a little red in there. And we can do a little yellow. I know my partner knows the term I'm thinking of. Ooh, oh, this. Ugh, look at this guy. Ugh. He needs help. Wow! It came off all in one piece. Frickin' crusties over here. We'll do a little yellow, just in case I want to add a little yellow. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's subsurface scattering. Let's go. Catlin names art terms correctly. Not clickbait. Also, mixing paint it's nice. It feels good. It's better with a metal palette knife, just because the plastic the edge isn't as sharp, and so it can be a little more difficult to get in there and pick up all the paint you want to pick up. Okay, so we're a little bit redder now. Okay, yes, I only have cheap little plastic ones from my university days. They've got some crusted on oil paint. And it's oil paint that, for whatever reason, no matter what I do, won't come off. Even if I use the like Murphy's oil soap or whatever, it won't budge. It refuses. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. One thing that I always forget to appreciate in traditional painting is the skill of color mixing and color matching and stuff like that. Because in digital art, you don't really need to, I mean, you can approach it more like traditional art with your colors and your sliders and stuff like that. But if you really, really want to match a color, you can just color pick something. And I forget how nice it is how nice and time consuming it is to mix your own colors. Like, there's something about it that I really enjoy, despite the fact that it takes a lot of time. Okay, I might still want to add a little blue, even after all of that talk about, oh yes, it's gonna be more saturated. I don't know, man. Maybe it's that I'm moving at real slow increments. Oh my god, you're getting such a good look at my goddamn hairline? Damn. Sorry, I keep sitting in dumb ways. This is probably how I got paint on my leg, is that I'm moving around like a little Mexican jumping bean. Actually, let us simply sample a little bit of blue. Gotta keep my colors organized. So if I don't, I might make mistakes that make me sad, and not mistakes that, you know, I feel like I can come back from. Okay. Alright, we're doing... Okay. There we go. This is how you become one of those TikTok channels that all they do, TikTok channels, accounts, I don't fucking know. Pages? Is it a TikTok page? Anyway, that all they do is mix paint, and they're like, what color do you think it's gonna be? Quick, comment before the end. Like, comment before the color is mixed. And I don't actually like those channels, but there was this one guy who, he's made it like his thing to watch one of these particular channels and try to guess the exact color name they're gonna use for it, and he gets so mad when he gets it wrong, and it's really funny. Like, people getting angry, kind of funny. but angry over benign, like, absolute nothingness. Not angry over real things or dumb things. Oh, God. The smell of the paint is starting to get to me a little. I'm gonna be real. I feel like I've just made the same color again. What is happening here? Color mixing is kicking my ass is what's happening here. Okay, it is ever so slightly darker. I think I'm gonna take a risk known as yellow. Oh boy. Oh. Ah. Okay. Because I think we underestimate the value of yellow in the task of subsurface scattering. Boy, that's... I can imagine myself in my undergrad days being like, it's time to write a poem about the value of yellow in subsurface scattering. Hell, I might still write that poem. I meant to add a little tab for writing in the Discord. I have yet to do it. I was in a bit of a rush this morning because I didn't realize how long things take. My therapist tells me I'm time blind, and I'm just now starting to believe her. I think I was very resistant to being told that I was time blind. And then in therapy on Tuesday, I was like, I think I'm really inefficient. Is this true? And my therapist was like, yes! Like, in a very, like, in trying to be gentle, but she was like, yes, Natalie, like, you may not be efficient now, but you are figuring out how to be efficient. And I was like, fuck. My therapist just told me I'm not efficient. She just confirmed it. This is not. That's not. You can't see. The camera's not really picking up on it, but she's not. She's not what we want. What do I want? We're gonna get there. Someday. Brush will touch canvas again. Until then, mon ami. Why do I feel like I'm losing paint? Okay. Maybe all I'm doing is saturating and desaturating back and forth. It's kind of what it's starting to say. Yeah, the loading time is real though. Like, 'cause sometimes the brain really needs to think that it came up with the idea on its own. I don't know why. It's like, maybe it's just processing. I know I definitely have processing time. It's like your brain needs to exist in hang time for a bit. And then it can kind of accept all of its ails. Somehow, I feel like I've walked in a circle again. Such is the art of paint mixing. Okay. Okay, we go again. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I think this is where I'm meant to be. I have found my way. I have mixed a pink boy. You heard it here first, folks. Go mix your paint. Go mix your pink boy. I can be strong. I know everyone. Mile will be worth my while. I'll do most anything to feel like I belong. Okay. Oh, Natalie, you got two. I'm so smart. I got a second water for when this water got a little bit too cloudy. Hee hee hoo hoo. Sometimes I start to believe I might be a smart guy. And then, life always finds a way. Well, no discouraged quitters talk. We're doing it. We're doing it right here, right now. Right here, right now. High School Musical, baby. See, I'm doubting. I'm doubting that I've made a difference on this here paint. Uh-oh. From which movie is that? Right here, right now. Is that 2? No, that's not 2. They don't sing in the high school in 2, except for what time is it? Summertime. So it's probably 3 then. It's not me trying to disambiguate which High School Musical I'm humming. It's harder than it sounds. Except for 2, it might be the easiest because they are in fact not in their typical high school setting. They're on a country club owned by Sharpay's parents. Sharpay's very rich and what word am I looking for? Eccentric. Aha, rich and eccentric parents. But also, like, meeting Sharpay's parents kind of explains why she's such an attention seeker. It seems like Sharpay's mom is the one who's around more often, and she favors Ryan. And Sharpay connects better with her dad, who seems to be gone on business more often. He's one of those rich businessmen. And so I'm not saying that it excuses her behavior in those movies. Reasoning is never an excuse for behavior. It's simply an explanation. But I don't know. It clarified some things. And also, they do her really dirty in the third movie. Like, you might say, like, yeah, it's her just desserts, but I think it goes farther than that, because a scholarship to Juilliard was at play, and they still thought, the heroes of the story still thought it was okay to, like, fuck around with a musical that was essentially her audition. Oh, that song is such a banger. All I wanna do is be with you. Be with you. Well, I will say, Sharpay does have some of the best songs in the movies. Like, Fabulous from the second movie is iconic. I Want It All from the first movie? First movie? Third movie? Hold on. Third movie, I think. I'm getting my... Yeah, third movie. I'm getting my High School Musical lore mixed up. This is how you know. This is how you know I've been working my brain overtime. Also, I'm starting to experience a slight tremor in my hand. And I don't know if it's just that I've been painting for a while, or that... What time is it? 3:53? It might just be that some of my meds are like... The efficacy of my meds are waning because I take them in the morning. Also, I think we're at littlest brush time. Yes! Bop, 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 bop to the top. it is funny that they speak some random Spanish in that song, and you're like, why? And they're like, I don't know. We'll never tell you what the Twinkletown musical is about. You'll just try to decipher it in your dreams. Wipe away your inhibitions. Jump and stop to the top and start again. Sip, sap, sap, bob like a mop. Da-da-ba-da glory. One of the sound bites that's always in my head is from Want It All, where I think Sharpay's trying to convince Ryan to, like, team up with him again. Because she often, like, betrays him or leaves him behind or whatever. And Ryan's being contrarian. He goes, Sharpay and what's his name? And it's a bit that's just stuck in my head. Become superstars, that's better. Bigger is better, and beggar is better. I want it all, want it, know that you want it. The fame and the fortune, I want the world, nothing less. Is my light suffering? Did I harm my light when I tripped on it? I feel like it's flickering. It's a flickering. Okay. I am happy that in the end, spoiler alert for High School Musical 3, senior year, whatever it's called, I am happy that in the end, the people who get the scholarships to Juilliard are Ryan and Kelsey. Because they're the two characters who do, like, a lot of overlooked work. Just, like, both for the plot of the movie and for the other characters. Like, Ryan straight up choreographs the school musicals. And, you know, obviously the choreographies that are happening are things that adults who do this for a living have choreographed. But, you know, in universe, Ryan has choreographed these dances. And it's fucking impressive. You're like, damn, a high schooler did that? Fuck, dude. This guy probably doesn't even need to go to Juilliard. Heck, it's like he's already been there. Now I kind of want to look up the choreographer for High School Musical and see what their education is. Also, do they have... Is that a major at Juilliard? Like, stage choreography? I am unsure. Kelsey is a composer, so that one I get. I also don't know shit about Juilliard. Maybe it's time to learn. Spurred to learn about Juilliard because of High School Musical. That's wild. Okay. I'm realizing I didn't quite do this right, but whatever. We live. We go on. We learn. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna color in... Oh yeah, I meant to color in the top. Okay. I'm doing what I meant to do. Okay. Yeah, wow, my hand is starting to genuinely shake a bunch. Boo. Ugh. I would prefer not to, as one Bartleby once said. I would prefer to fucking not to. He didn't say fucking. Bartleby doesn't fuck. Because like most things, he would prefer not to. Hell yeah. We did it. This is a good shade that I've mixed up. If I dare say myself, it's pretty damn good. Maybe God, I wish I could be playing High School Musical right now. Pesky DMCA rules. I don't know if DMCA is the right thing to say, but content ID. Ugh. Not Bartleby as an ace icon. Truthfully, I don't know what point Bartleby the Scrivener is like actually trying to make. I just find it iconic. Jeez. I'm being really taken aback by the intensity of this tremor. Alright. Just trying to line up right here. And then... Fuck. Okay, there we go. Come on. Go. There's the shape's not quite right yet. We're getting somewhere. I think we need a We're doing a variation on a theme here. Fuck. Okay, it's fine. Okay. And then this guy we gotta sharpen out a little bit. Fuck. Okay, we're gonna need a second layer on that, I think. And then I think we want to do just a little right here. We don't want to get overzealous. It's easy to do, but we do still have some of the original colors, so if we do overzealous ourselves into a dangerous painting position, which I don't know what that would be, we can recover. Okay. Now something's not quite right there. And I think the correction of this shape a little bit with the white might help. And then we can go to the other ear. Okay. We want to do I'm gonna do a big shadow. Okay. Oh, it's so good. Oh no. good, we're good, we're good. Okay. Okay. We're gonna turn just so we can get this other side easier. There we go. And then honestly, I might eventually add a more, just a line of more vibrant color to sell the idea of subsurface scattering, particularly on the ears. On the center of the face, it's not necessary. Not even on this like cheekbone part, but for the ears, because the ears are thinner material. That might be good to do. And we want to just... In truth, I didn't mean to cover up so much of this, but it happens. It's life. It's painting. Boop, 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 boop. I'm also realizing that some of these hairs that are getting embedded in the painting might just be the bristles of the brush falling out, which doesn't give me a lot of confidence in the brush I'm using, but it is what it is. Okay. Okay. Sorry, there are some parts that require some concentration, and so I end up going quiet. Not to worry, I am still living, breathing. Okay. There's just some delicate locations. I don't know. When is a painting not delicate? I guess when you're doing something cool with a lot of energy. This is not an energy type painting that I am doing. It is a shapes and colors, shapes and colors. If it's a pattern, then repeat after me. Life and death and love and birth and life and death and love and birth and love and birth and peace and on the planet Earth. Is there anything that's worth more? Shit. Is there anything that's worth more? Messed up, but that's okay. Is there anything that's worth more than peace and love on the planet Earth? Whoa. Come on, sing it with me. The words relate to the key. If it's a pattern, well then repeat after me. Oh, we gotta stretch. You gotta stretch break. You don't even have to redeem nothing for me to stretch break. Do that one all the time, baby. Okay, hold on. I've shifted. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Goat. We're getting places. Yeah. Oh, goat. Sorry, this is the first time I've looked at this painting and gone, okay, I'm doing something. I am doing something here. Wow. Oh, feeling excited is so nice. Hell yeah. Okay. I think the next thing I will tackle. Contemplating the goat. Yeah, his face is definitely better defined now that we have this lighter stripe over here. And I think this gray over here I will want to fill with an intermediary of the dark blue. Okay, I'm scheming, brain scheming. Okay. And then this spot right here specifically is the white's still kind of transparent, and here too you can see the green shining through. And I think maybe my next job actually is to solidify and redefine the white forms, and create, in fact, a lighter version of this gray, and a version of this gray, I don't know, that is a step darker. I don't know how many becomes too many, but I am guessing that in this painting, abundance is going to feel good. It's going to feel like it's achieving the level of complexity and form experimentation that we're looking for. Because truly, we've abstracted the form of a goat into some really like jagged pieces. The ones that are that feel the most traditional are the ears, right? The ears and maybe the like nose shape. Everything else is kind of like, somehow you know you're looking at a goat, but it's not because we've painted a goat. I don't know if that makes sense, but okay. I don't know if I have it in me to mix another color and do another layer. Oh, excuse me. So I think I will give you a few fun life updates. Plug the Discord one more time, actually. Boop, 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 boop. And then we'll see. But what are life updates? So next week we'll be doing our usual Stardew Valley Monday, Fields of Mystery Wednesday, and then Mystery Friday. I honestly might paint more on Friday again because this is lovely and it gives me a way to work on art without feeling bad about working on art. Oh my god. Once I am done with my current editing job, I have another one. So I will not be free, but that's okay. We do what we gotta do. We got business. I'm having a strange issue with an upload so last Friday I played Vampire Survivors and there was just a little bit of the video that I wanted to cut out. It's just, I cut out the little bit and then I smushed the two pieces together and I rendered it, and for some reason it is 10 times larger than it originally was, and I don't know why. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research to find out what's going on with that. And it's fine. The other thing that I need to be doing right now is prepping to do the lino cut for my wedding invitation and doing some wedding dress research and contacting my friend who said that she would help me with wedding dress stuff. Aside from that, such is life. I'm gonna have a bite to eat, and I should wash my hands. Even though I don't want to, but I should wash my hands. And move this out of the way so that Dora can nap once again comfortably. In any case, thank you for coming along for Art Stream. I wasn't sure how many of us would be interested, but here we are, art streaming. There is a channel on the Discord where you can share your own art if you were working on something, or if you have something that you made that you like. I guess I can post a progress report picture. I don't know if I'll do that. Not the cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Boo. Boo. Rude. We were wrapping up, dude. Possible ban evader. The account... Okay, I thought the account was created today, and I was like, geez. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, I just banned them. In any case, I had a lovely time painting, even though I was swearing like a sailor throughout most of it. It was still good. We were still vibing. We were still having a good time. I hope to see you again on Monday, Wednesday, and or Friday. If you really, really miss having me talking in your ear, you can go to my YouTube channel and listen to the VODs. Past VODs that maybe you have missed. And yeah, I will see you all on the Discord. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Goodbye. Goodbye, bye, bye, bye. Where is my mouse? I'm saying goodbye. Alright. Have a lovely day. Bye.